Hey guys, so I'm actually doing this while I'm waiting for my other video to upload on YouTube. I just did a. Hang on. Let me get the light here. A Ocarina of Time beta thing from one of the guys on YouTube called Chris Cube, who was doing a beta restoration. And I mentioned this guy whose name was Valentino, and he still has his channel, but he doesn't really upload. He hasn't uploaded in like a year or something like that, 4 years. But he was also doing a beta restoration, and he stopped. Life gets in the way of things. But we're gonna look at some of the old beta footage, and then we're gonna watch Valentino's. You can compare this to Chris Cube's after you see it, because like I said, it's uploading right now, so by the time I'm done with this, hopefully it'll be uploaded. But actually no, it probably won't, because it's taking like 40 minutes. But anyways, yeah, if you want to see what that looks like and then compare it to this, here's a video showing it. But he's got two videos. We'll watch this one and we'll watch the other one. The next one is pretty much where he says, yeah, it's dead. It's dead. I'm not doing this. But we're gonna get right into this one. So this is the original with the beta footage, and then we're gonna do Valentino stuff. So, and it's in French, so you can see a lot of things are different.
Link revient fin 98 dans un univers en 3D temps réel. Zelda 64. Un jeu bientôt disponible exclusivement sur Nintendo 64.
Nintendo power, motherfucker. Just how many things were different. It's insane. And some things were taken out of the game right before it launched. Or not launched, but released. Like the spin attack, that was taken out really right before the game was released. And we don't know why they decided not to leave it in, but it was promoted. It was like shown in pictures to when they were promoting it. But then when we got it, there was no like this beam blade. The spin attack was what we got. So the sword blade, the beam blade, whatever you want to call it, was taken out right at the very end. So that was the original. That was actual footage. So now we have Valentino. Now let's actually put this on 140 to really get that feeling of this being legit. Also, it says Fraps. Just ignore that. Now he shows off a little bit more. This was supposed to be Lake Hylia. Very basic, but that's what Nintendo was going for. They wanted to tell a grander tale, so they were keeping things pretty basic. God, 140p. The original graveyard. Pose. Apparently this was a remake that Nintendo did of the first dungeon in Legend of Zelda. Just kind of to show things off. It was probably going to be in the game. People probably wouldn't have known that it was the first dungeon until they realized the layout. This was the Triforce room. In the trailer, one of the trailers, you can see him opening up a chest or just touching a chest, and the Triforce comes out. And people were to think that you were able to originally get the Triforce in the game. because of the trailer that showed it. See, this one's a bit closer to what it actually was compared to Chris's. Chris's is still great, but this one's closer to what it was. The cow. Whee! Just like in the trailer. Got the dongos. I can't wait to bomb some dongos. You can see everything was pretty much done. The sword was different. You even have the text types. Alright. And then here was the update. Yeah, this mix is kind of like the old and new. You can tell that it was like a mashup. So you have the castle in the background, like I was talking about. The blue fairy, which was the original model for the Great Fairies. The equipable medallions. And that's what the Southless looked like. I don't know if they made that model or if they borrowed the model from the person that I knew. Also, that spin attack, if you notice, is from Super Smash Bros. Ooh. Ooh. I love how it just like the way it just it's like a wave. It's really just he really did a great job on that. You can notice that the icons are different. The choo-choo room. Ooh. Now that's actually of like one of those famous little scenes in there where he's in the desert and he's kind of watching the sunset. Ocarina of Time Beta Sunset. See if we can see it here. 13 years ago. Wow. God, I'm old. But this is what that one was referring to. It's really, just really fast, really quick. God, that... See, that's what that last scene was referring to. He was in the desert and he's watching the sunset. I really think that's a really cool scene right there. As you can see, I'm actually 29 minutes till it uploads. But it's actually no. Actually, I want to end on that picture. Come on. Yeah. So, like I said, in like 2006, 2007, I joined a forum called Zelda Secret Ocarina, and that's where Zeth started out, and that's where Spinout started out. Cool is Cool, Arrow Work, Glitterberry, all those names that you see all over the place with Zelda and stuff. That's where they started. And while I was never I never modded or anything myself, but one of them, I had them on Yahoo Messenger, and every once in a while he would message me and say, "Hey, I've been working on some models for the restoration. Do you want to see them?" And I've told this before, but we're talking about it now. So, and I said, "Sure." And he would upload some pictures, and of course he would send them because he wanted to know my honest opinion about them, because he's making these models for the restoration, and he wanted them to be good. So I would critique him. I would say, like, he would say, "Oh yeah, I made a Stalfos model." I'm like, "All right, let me see it." So he would send me the Stalfos model, and I would give him the critiques, and I would tell him, well, I mean, because a lot of the times I don't know if they plan on doing the stuff that I said or something like that. I just throw it out there and hope that he already knew this. So I'll say, well, so he sent me the model, and I noticed that the shield was still circular. It was brown, but it was circular. And I said, well, the shield is different in the trailer. If you notice, it has like a diamondish kind of shield, and blah blah blah. And he's like, oh, okay, so I need to make it more into a diamond. I said, yeah, like an elongated diamond, kind of short at the top and longer at the bottom, kind of like the Hylian shield, how it's got the little points and then down. He's like, okay. And then he would show me again another time, and I'm like, well, that's perfect. He showed me his unicorn fountain, and he's like, do you think it looks good? I'm like, if this was in the game, I would think this was unicorn fountain. I would think that this was the unicorn fountain that Nintendo had put in the game, because when he sent it to me, it wasn't animated, it was just a picture. So it's a lot different in a picture. You're seeing it because the middle part, the fountain part, is supposed to be with water and everything, but just seeing a picture of it. But I saw it, I was like, this. You would think it was in the game itself, like Nintendo did this. There's a few custom models that he made and all that, but yeah. So I mean, I'd helped. He's doing better things and stuff like that. But yeah, this has been going on for some time, this restoration project, and I forget the person who actually won. I think with Zeth. I think Zeth was the one who wanted to actually start it. And he also made that whole Renaissance one where it took like the Twilight Princess textures and put them into Ocarina of Time. He was the one who kind of started that. I think pretty sure it was Zeth who started that. And it was always a problem with people like, oh, so and so just got rid of all this, and there was fighting amongst everyone, and it was a huge issue. And then after a while, I just found this channel like maybe a year or two ago, I think, maybe. And actually it was longer than that. But I found this channel. I'm like, this is what I hope they do. I hope someone does this. And then all of a sudden, it's like, nope, it's dead. it's dead. And it's a shame because back in the day, I sent an email to Nintendo, and I said, well, if Nintendo has all the beta stuff still, why couldn't they make that back into a game? Why couldn't they make the game that they originally planned? And basically they said that a lot of the stuff they just wanted to leave to the imagination of the player to imagine what it was like. So it was basically a crappy half-ass answer, like, well, it's like we could, but we're not going to. And I know a lot of the stuff that was made back then has been used in other games of Zelda, other Zelda games for ideas. But I want to play this game right here. This is what I want to play. The original, the OG Ocarina of Time. Like I said, it's a shame. But we're going to Chris Cube. But this guy, he hasn't done it in a while. His last video for Zelda, when was it? A year ago. A year. And I have a feeling that we're not going to see anything. And it's a shame. It really is. But that's just me reminiscing about the good old days. What do you guys think? Do you guys think someone should restore this project, and raise it up from the dead and finish it, even if it might take a while? I mean, if I had to play the game fully restored when I was in my 60s, I'd be willing to do that, as long as it got finished. Like I said, we're not asking them to finish it like today. We're not like, oh, you need if you're gonna restore it, you need to do it today. You need to do it this year. We know it's gonna be, because you got to make the models yourself. You got to make the environments yourself. You got to do the music yourself. Even with the team, you've got to pretty much take liberties and try to think, okay, what was Nintendo going for? What was this area? It's like, okay, we see a mountain area. We saw one part of a mountain area. What do you think the mountain area looked like? The rest of it. And they have to take liberties, and they have to design and model and change and texture. It's not an easy process. Anyone who's in game design knows how tedious and time consuming it is. But like I said, what do you guys think? Let me know. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.